Now, I'm primarily a bodybuilder. I worry about the aesthetics and the size and the shape of the muscles. I actually am competing tomorrow and I just finished shaving my entire body. Feels super weird. But I know a lot of you guys are more geared towards powerlifting, trying to increase your strength and your lifts, but sometimes bodybuilding and powerlifting can come hand in hand. It works together. Now, something I love throwing into my workouts to keep them fun and varied, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do this as well, are some epic supersets. Now, these can be done at the beginning, the middle, or the end of your workouts, but traditionally I like to do mine towards the end of my workouts. Now, one of my favorite supersets is the chest superset. Now, you don't have to do the exact same machines that I'm using. You can actually replace them with anything that's available for you, but what you're gonna start with is some sort of fly. Now, I'm using a fly machine, but you can do cables like I was just saying, or dumbbells. Generally, I like to use a weight that allows me to fail somewhere around 12 reps, and I'll perform about 8 to 10 reps and then move on to the next exercise of the superset. And the next exercise, you may not do that often, and I don't really do it that often either, but it's a decline push-up. And if you superset this with something hard like fly, something that gets you really pumped in the chest, it is just the best finishing superset that you can do for your chest day. And generally, the second exercise of the superset is really the one that I'm just trying to gorge my muscles with blood, so that one is going to be somewhere around a rep range of 12 to 16, whereas the other one was a little bit lower in reps, somewhere around 8 to 10. Now, the next superset that I want to show you guys is something I love finishing my back days with. It's just a simple seated cable row first, and you're gonna do that again for about 8 to 12 reps, using a weight that allows you to control the movement of the exercise, really feel your lats contract, try not to let anything else take over, really try to make sure your form is good, and then once you're almost at failure there, you drop that, move straight over to cable pullovers, and you can do this with either a set of ropes on the pulley, or you can use this with either a curved or straight bar. But what you want to do is make sure that your elbows have just a slight bit of a bend, so you're taking the stress out of the elbow joint, and you're going to try and contract your lats by pulling your hands down to the front of your hips. A lot of people end up doing a lot of tricep work when they do this exercise, but one of the mental cues that you can think of is contracting your lats just like if you're doing a lat spread pose while you're pulling the weight down. This allows me to connect with my lats more and squeeze those lats. Another thing I like to think about is connecting my elbows behind my back as I'm coming to the bottom of the movement. Now, of course, you aren't gonna be able to do that, but just thinking of pulling your elbows together behind your back actually allows you to establish a better mind-muscle connection with your lats. Again, like I said earlier, traditionally you're gonna do about 8 to 10 on the first set, and then you're gonna do about 12 to 16 on the second set. Just remember, the goal here is really to get a solid pump. Now, the last one, we've done upper body, 2 upper bodies. Now we're gonna do a lower body. We're gonna do some legs. Now you're thinking probably something traditional along the lines of leg extension with a squat or something that's very quad dominant, but I actually really enjoy doing supersets that target my glutes and my hamstrings. So this one starts with a dumbbell sumo squat. I try to grab the heaviest dumbbell that we have, which is usually around 120 to 150 pounds for most people. And the dumbbell really allows you to control the weight directly under your center of gravity. Whereas if you're doing a barbell sumo squat, it would be much different than just using the dumbbell. Now, because the legs are a larger muscle group, I like to do this first exercise with about 10 to 14 reps. And when you're doing a dumbbell sumo squat, really try to keep the center of the weight directly under the center of your body, so right below your hips. In my opinion, the easiest way to do this is to grab the handle with both hands, try to keep that weight directly under your hips, keep your chest right above your hips, try not to lean forward, a lot of people end up doing that, and move your hips back first to start the movement. This will engage your glutes and your hamstrings and really pull those primarily into the movement, because I feel like a lot of people end up doing the dumbbell sumo squat with their quads too much. Now, once you reach your intended rep range or you start to fail, you can move immediately into any sort of hamstring isolation exercise. Now, this can be a lying prone hamstring curl, or a seated hamstring curl, or a hamstring drop, or really anything that works the hamstrings, but you want to go immediately into it and really concentrate on contracting hard at the bottom of the movement. Use a weight that is not going to be too heavy for you to do this exercise with control. I feel like a lot of people don't control their hamstring movements enough, and they actually cheat themselves on the benefits that they could get. So using a nice controlled pace and a good range of motion, allowing your legs to almost fully extend but not completely full extend, and then come all the way down, squeeze, pause, and then let back up slowly again, you will have an excellent contraction and an excellent pump at the end of this, and I guarantee you it is going to burn like hell. Now, I myself like to throw in a superset once or twice a week, not every single workout, but if you feel like doing that, you can definitely try it out and see if it works for you. But most people like to throw it in just to up the intensity sometimes and bring their workout to a new level on a certain day. Or even if you're having a bad day, you feel like you're going to the gym without a lot of energy, it's always good to challenge yourself on those those days. Really tell yourself, all right, today's the day that we're gonna do that crazy superset that I'm not ready for. You guys rock. I hope you enjoy my supersets. I really hope you enjoy my channel. Team Beyond the Week. Big J.
Lift heavy or die MIRIN! Yeah!